Hey everyone, welcome back to the second part of making a game with GPT-3 and Python. I have made some changes to the prompt that we were using, but before we get there, let's talk about the OpenAI API because we are going to use it to make requests with a prompt, and we're not going to be using a playground, right? Because we want it to do it programmatically. So to be able to do that, when you log in to OpenAI, then you just go to documentation, and here there's the API reference. First, you need to pip install OpenAI. I've already done that. And then, as you see here, you have to import OS and OpenAI, sure. And you have to give your API key. Your API key will be, you can generate one here, with API keys. And then I have actually copied it and pasted it into a text file under GPT-3 underscore game right here, key.txt. You definitely want to keep it secure. You don't want to copy and paste it into your Python files. You don't want to show it to anybody. So we're just going to pull it out of the key.txt. Right. So I'm just going to copy this real quick and paste it here. Right. You don't need organization. So we need to get the key. Get the API key from key.txt file in GPT-3/game folder. So this is GitHub Copilot is helping me out here. Well, we're gonna have to do GPT-3 underscore game. This is the folder. It should work. And then we can just simply say key here. This should actually get us a model list. See if it's working real quick. Yeah, incorrect. Why? Let me take a look. Okay, I guess the previous code wasn't working, so I just changed it to read the API key, and now it's recommending this one. We'll accept it. Again, we'll have to point it to the right directory. GPT-3 underscore game. Right. And this was working for me, so now we can just run. And we have to say model list equals, and then print it. Okay, I just want to say this is just to open the file and read the key from it. You can do it any which way you like. So these are all the models I have. I have quite a few fine-tuned models, but anyway, let's not waste any more time on this. We know that it's working. You can get rid of this, and let's go back to the documentation. So if you go down, making requests here, this is what we need. I'm going to scroll down to this one right here. You can actually select curl, node.js, or Python. We have selected Python. We want to use text DaVinci. This is the code. I'm going to copy it. Actually, grab this and paste it right here. Well, we'll have to assign it to something. I'm going to assign it to response. So it's going to connect to OpenAI using the key. Connect the text DaVinci 003, and then it's going to send prompt, which is say this is a test, and it's going to receive 7 tokens with temperature 0.7. I mean 0. We'll make it 0.7. That's fine, and then we will print it just to see it's working. Yeah, here we go. So this is the response. This whole thing. It's quite a lot of information there. This is what we get. Return, enter. This is indeed a test. Okay, this is its response, and it's a JSON file, I believe, and you can think of it as a dictionary, and it's under choices, the 0th element of choices, and it's under text. That's what we. So we want to print responses, choices. Let's just print choices real quick. Let's see. So it should only print the choices in this case. Yeah. And we want the 0th element, and then we want the text. It should work. Okay, I think I got it working. The thing is that it was because we said level 1 here, and when we were prompting it with level 1, it was just returning complete, as it was pretty much saying level 1 is complete. It wasn't understanding, it was sample level. So I just changed it here to wherever it said level 1, sample level. And then now it's actually given back decent response. Sample level as well. Save it. Updates. You can actually save your prompts. I just saved it in Adventure Game so that you can actually use it. So let's give it another try. I've increased the max tokens to 200. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. I think. Nope. I'm right. Oh, here. So it says Ragnar and Ashelin have stumbled upon an ancient temple deep in the forest. The temple is full of traps and puzzles that they must solve in order to progress. They must find a way to make it through the temple safely. And it does this, but not always. Anyway, user strategy says Ragnar or Ashelin decide to search for clues and use their wits to figure out what happens. Ragnar and Ashelin successfully make it through, but they manage to get out of the temple unscathed, only lose 5 points from the health attribute. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do is we need to add this back into the original prompt and resend it, right? But before we do any of that, so we need to make sure that it needs to stop at, for example, if you were to do 400 tokens, let's just clear this real quick and run it. It's just gonna go, right? No, it didn't. Stop right there. Okay, that's I guess that's good. Let's try it again. I was gonna say we might need to use a stop sequence. You can use a stop sequence to make sure, for example, every time it comes to a new level, we're gonna put in level here, stop sequence, so that every time it comes here and tries to generate another level, it stops so that it doesn't generate more levels than necessary. But it doesn't seem to be doing it. Try one last time. We'll just work with this. Oh. Incomplete completions. Try one. Okay, that's good. Most of the time it's working. We'll try to fix it at a later time. So we're getting this. Cool. So what we need to do is make sure we save this response and add it back to the prompt and then resend it. See what happens. be able to do that. Okay, so to make this easier for us, let's turn this into a function. To do that, let's just say def. Let's say generate story. Exactly. So we're defining a function which takes in the prompt as an argument, sends it. It does exactly this same thing we were doing, but inside of a function, and then returns the 0th element text from the 0th element of choices. So we no longer here print the response, but we first have to assign it. Response equals generate story prompt. So this should work just as before. Test it. Okay, good. All right, so what we're doing is we're importing OS and OpenAI. We are getting the key for key.txt folder. Right. Assign it to OpenAI.api key. We need to do that. We have this prompt. Then we have this function which returns the text, the response text. So then we just say, okay, the response is going to be responses from prompt according to the function. Then we're printing the response. Now, what we need to do is, I believe we can, for example, just to test it out, we say prompt. We do this, prompt equals response, print prompt. Let's see what happens. It just takes a moment. Monster. Open it. Okay. So we are sending our original prompt. And then it says level 1 / n Ragnar. Okay. It's doing it. /n should regular new line value. Level. Try again. Just taking this. Okay, well, most of the time it works. Level 1. Okay. We're getting a new level. We're also getting the user strategy. We're getting the result. Power is increased. Characters list. Okay. Okay, so let's try to change this into a for loop and see if we can get more than one response added to the prompt and see where we go with that. So right here, for I in range 10, right? Let's at first twice. Let's try one time. What we need to do is get a response and then add that to the response. Prompt plus response. And then print the response. Let's see what we get. I think we're gonna have a problem here. When we run it, let's see, we get Oh, okay. So you do it one time. Good. We get a response. Yeah. Okay. Good. What about if you do it twice? Now, if you do it twice, see here in our original prompt, we're adding level 1. And when it returns its response, not adding that, will it generate level 2? Let's see. I doubt it though. I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, see, it didn't return anything. So now what we're printing is the latest response, and the latest response is nothing. The reason is because we're not adding this. How the way we're prompting currently is that we give all this information and then we say, okay, level 1, generate us level 1. So when we send it the second time around, we need to be able to say level 2. To do that, we need to add a, that's true, to add a new line. Okay, this is pretty good actually. GitHub Copilot, just love it. Okay, so we're gonna add a, so we're gonna get our response. Whatever our last prompt was, we're gonna add that response to it, plus a new line, plus level, plus what level that is. Let's talk about this, and then make it, and then add this equals what have you, and then I make a new line, exactly like we're doing here. So we are making a new line, and then saying level 1. We're already sending level 1, right? So when we say for I in range, we start with 0. So the 0 with the first prompt that we're sending is level 1 already, and then I turns to 1. That is for level 2. So that's why actually it's saying I plus 2. Yes, that's right, because our first response is 0. Yep, first response is 1. Yeah, and then when for the second time around, we're getting the 0, add 2 to it. So for the second, yeah, so we're sending level 2 equals for the after the first response. This should work. I hope so. Let's see. I hope I made this clear. Please comment if you have any questions about what happened. We get a response. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So we are getting it, I believe. This is for the second level. Yeah. I mean, obviously they added some stuff to their power and health. I don't know exactly what happened, but they claim a treasure. That's fine, but we are adding the prompt. Let's print the prompt. So now then we should be able to see a story, I believe. Okay. It's because we're sending it twice, it's taking a bit longer. Give it a second. Okay. So this is our first level 3. Okay. This is good. Level 1. We get a response to level 1. And then it goes to level 2. We get a response to level 2, and then it adds level 3, but it hadn't sent it yet. Okay, this is great. So we'll just we'll end the video soon, but let's just try to get a whole story out of this real quick. I'm gonna pause it once I send request because this is gonna take a minute. Okay, actually, take a look. Got a response. Difficult to read, but we got the whole 10 levels. It starts with level 1, ends at level 10. And actually, by the time they were at level 10, they've already gone below 0 health. So they didn't make it. But level 10. Why is level 10 12? Level 9. So at level 9, health, they were already below 0 health. 9, but at level 8, if I can find it, this is level 9. This is level 8. Yeah. Level 7. Okay, so they made it to level 7. At level 7, Ragnar had 5 health. And actually, Ashley was below -5. So she was out of the game. But we'll end this here. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, we're gonna have to sort this out, print it nicely so we can see what's going on. We're gonna have to do this one level at a time, and also give the user some ability to insert user strategy. So we stop the generation with the story. The story comes to us, and we to the user, how do you want to handle this? Send it back. Then we get the result, and then the final update to the characters. Okay, we'll look into it next time. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Take care.